Hi, I'm Kim Brown. Glad you could join me today. When I was a practitioner in training, part of our requirements were that we have swap sessions with other practitioners in training. So one time we would be the client and one time we would be the practitioner. So I set up my week so that every day I had swap sessions. So I had several opportunities every week to be the client as well as the practitioner. So I got a lot of intensive work done there for a good chunk of time. And I came to the place where I thought, you know what? When it's my turn to be the client, I really don't have anything to work on. And my fellow practitioner in training would ask a few questions, and boom, I would discover I still had a whole lot to work on. Life still happens, and it will continue to happen as long as I live. Sometimes maybe you can have worked on something a long time ago, or even recently, and you're triggered again by it. That's a good thing. You're cleaning up another aspect of that issue because there are many roads and avenues to the same problem. If you tap and things get worse, well, great. That is even more encouragement that, yeah, this has everything to do with my thinking because I'm going in there and digging around and I'm making it worse. All right, great, marvelous. This is awesome. Now, recently I had an experience that I'll share with you. I woke up one morning feeling yuck. Now, I really didn't know this until the second morning because an old program was kicking in, triggered by something I wasn't aware of yet. My old program was not to pay any attention to me, to absolutely ignore me in every way, shape, or form. So the second morning I wake up and I'm feeling yuck again. And that's when I realized, wait a minute, I felt this way yesterday. And while part of that program is still running, I decide, no, nothing to worry about. I'm probably just coming down with a cold because I'm back up here in cold country. So I tapped a little bit on coming down with a cold and just ignored it. And the third morning I woke up, same yuck. Okay. Now I'm back into the present moment, Kim. I'm going to sit down and deal with this thing. So I asked myself, what does this yuck mean? And what came to me was hopeless. Well, now hopeless used to be my go-to emotion. I could get there in a nanosecond, but not so much now. So I can either assume the familiarity with hopeless, or I can determine something's triggering and I'm going to find out about it. So I asked myself, what does hopeless mean? I tap, and what comes to me is just quit, just give up, stop doing this stuff. Nobody cares, nobody's listening, nobody's watching. And who do you think you are anyway? Well, those are thoughts that always went with my hopelessness. So that just kind of increases that familiarity feeling that I could again just say, oh, yeah, I know that. No, I'm going to ask, what's going on today? What's going on now? So I asked myself, what does just quit mean? And what came to me was that I'm tired of all this. I am tired of my husband being gone. I want to wake up one morning and it's all been a bad dream. I want him to be back here, us pretend this never happened, and start over. Well, that's basically been the feeling for the past 9 months. And I've been working on that. So it hasn't been for a while. What's happening now? Again, I can ask myself some questions, or I can just assume the familiarity with that and go about my day. But I ask myself, what does this mean now? And what came to me was it's cold. Now, consciously that makes no sense because I love cold. I love snow. I love wintertime. Number one thing on my bucket list is to be in a blizzard. So consciously that doesn't make sense. But I know that my conscious mind just doesn't know everything. So I ask, what does it's cold mean? And. and I get to the answer. It was cold. It was wintertime. There was snow. I woke up and he was dying. The cold weather that I woke up to that first morning, and the second and the third, because my windows were open and it was 40-some degrees, that cold feeling triggered the day he died. And that's what it was all about. So I tapped on that. I did a session on myself. I got a session with another practitioner, and that was another avenue of his death that I had not dealt with. Didn't even think about. Never dreamed that cold weather would trigger it again. But it did. Because I'm still living. I'm still experiencing life, and I always will. Faster EFT is not a bubble of protection. It is a tool for empowerment. The most amazing experience you will ever have is the experience of changing your mind. Consider giving yourself permission to do so. You really are worth it. Thanks for watching this video, and remember, no matter what you've experienced in the past, today is a new day. See you next time.